We got to start with Deshaun Watson. G, I know you said if Deshaun threw for 300, we had to give him 30 minutes. He didn't get the 300, but he got the dub. G, I want to start with you. How would you evaluate Deshaun Watson's performance in his second start of the 2024 season?
I like what you did there, man. You started off kind of hot, and then you ended a little slow. This is my Randy Jackson voice.
Bit pitchy.
A little pitchy. Song choice was a little off, but I like what you did there in the beginning. I'm gonna give it a solid B, and I'm gonna give it a solid B. And the reason why I'm gonna give it a solid B is because understanding what the game needs is a big part of it, right? I know a lot of people, and a lot of people are hungry to figure out right now: are you the guy or are you not? And, most of the season, people are going to treat this as a referendum on whether Deshaun Watson's trade was worth it. Is he still a good quarterback, or is he going to have any place to go and get back to what he was? But I think sometimes we minimize and we don't understand that there's multiple ways to win a football game. There are multiple ways in order for you to come out with a victory. McNuggets said it, all these penalties. We had a bunch of them. But one thing that I could tell is I saw Wyatt Teller come up to him and pat him on the back after that first series. Came up to him, said, "Good job, good work." That's the type of stuff that you want to see from your teammates coming up to you, showing you love. I think he was the drop by Amari Cooper, and the reason I give him a B is if you think about it like this: the drop by Amari Cooper, that ball is inside the 20-yard line. The Browns are looking to go up 17-0 if he catches that football. You up 17-0, that completely turns this game into, it could be a 27-10 type game if you go up 17-0. The Browns defense was playing lights out. Amari Cooper drops that football. Now, we'll talk about Amari later on in the show. I don't know what's going on with him, but I'm giving him a bit of the doubt that he'll get back on track because it's Amari Cooper. But I thought there's a couple of things that you can look at Deshaun Watson. You could say, okay, accuracy. The thing that alarmed me the most, he was throwing the football out of bounds. Today, Bull said it. I don't think he egregiously missed any throws. As a matter of fact, there was a couple of them that I thought should have been brought in. And if you catch those footballs, I think it was 22 or 34. Mm-hmm. He may have been maybe 26 or 34 for over 200 yards and a touchdown. So yeah, look, it was raining, it was slick. The only thing I kept telling myself is, do not turn this football over. No turnovers for him. And traditionally, the Browns come out, and Kevin is really good on scripted plays, by the way. He's always been good on scripted plays in the beginning. So for me, that first drive was indicative of what the Browns usually do. After halftime, it got a little stagnant, and now I want to see them be able to play a little better off script. But for me, I thought it was a B job, and pause, by the way. That's crazy. That was wild.
I was going to let it go.
Yeah, I know you was. He was like, come on, G, it's Monday.
I can't let it go. He's wearing cashmere thoughts.
Cashmere thoughts. And you saying all that pause-worthy stuff.
I can hear the music.
Right. Like, so, no, I give it a B.
He's got laced out on the
I know he does. It's unbelievable.
Wild.
That's Prince. That's the Revolution bottoms right here. Can you imagine if you had these joints on?
I think I disagree with. I said I gave him a C+ in the second half. There's one thing that just jumps out at me. He was better in this game for sure. 2 of 15 on third down versus Dallas. Mm-hmm. 2 of 14 on third down versus Jacksonville. That's an F. Now that's not all on him. I'm just saying if you're grading that statistical category, that's the money category. You show me that stat and that stat alone at the end of a game, and I'll likely be able to tell you if that team won or lost. Now, the Browns overcame 100 yards in penalties.
That's it.
That's the story. That blows my head off.
That's the story. If you're in third down, I mean, one time they had 4 consecutive penalties where you was inside the 20 till you got moved outside field goal range.
You ended up punting in a critical spot in the game. So I want to, I feel better after this game, obviously, because it's a win, and winning hides all the warts. Can you imagine, guys, if at the end of the game Jacksonville had knocked that in, and at that point it wouldn't have even been a Hail Mary. They had a legitimate opportunity to win that football game. Now, they didn't do it.
The Jaguars, by the way, right before that last play, they they clocked the ball.
Yeah.
I thought they took too long to clock it.
I agree.
If they had not waited that
they would have
long,
got 2
they
shots.
would have got 2 plays.
Bull, it's funny you said that because I was saying the same thing. I'm like, oh, they're going to
We got
really
a
help
break
us
there.
out here.
Yeah.
Because I thought the same thing. They just took way too long.
Yeah.
And their kicker missed a chippy earlier.
That's
or that
true.
changed
And that
the
was
entire
huge.
dynamic of the game.
And by the way, can we say enough good about our kicking game? Our
Both
kicker
and punter.
and our
huge.
punter.
Yeah.
The Bojorquez thing should have been the first play of the game, and then the ensuing
Right.
sack should have been the second play of the game.
Yeah.
And why when you send the play call in for third down, and this is a call that most quarterbacks and coaches have, it's very simple. If your receiver is wide open at the first down, or you think he can catch and run to the first down, you throw it. Other than that, you take the sack.
So why is that? That's Watson's fault, not Stefanski.
I don't know that play was called. What I'm saying is that normally you shouldn't have to remind your quarterback of that.
Yeah.
The last thing you can do in that situation is just ground it. Is just throw it away.
Right,
You just gave the other team 30 free
Agreed,
seconds.
but I blame Watson for that, not Stefanski.
You know what? I think in general you're right because your quarterback. I mean, this isn't junior high. You shouldn't have to tell him. That is just a no-brainer. And clearly, the pass he threw had 0% chance of being complete.
Guys, Kevin Stefanski again. I don't know who called it. It's inexplicable. If you have no timeouts left, why would you?
You're trying to get a first down.
You're going for the kill.
You're going for the kill.
I need the 45 seconds. Your defense is playing lights out.
So just fall down.
So
just fall down, DeShaun.
Or
fall down.
Or call a knee. There you go.
No.
No.
What do you
That's
mean,
giving
no?
up. A knee is a white flag.
What do you mean,
I'm
no?
with Bull. I'm going for
There's
the
a
kill
minute
shot.
and a half
I
going
want
for
the
Kill to
first
win the
down.
game. Jacksonville would have still had a minute.
But listen, if you run 45 whole seconds off the clock.
No, it's 25, isn't it?
It's 45 seconds.
No, it's
No,
not
it's
45.
not.
They could.
You reset the play clock.
It's in between. They would have been able to run over about
30,
35 more
30.
seconds.
I figured
Yeah.
30 seconds would have come off the clock.
30. Listen. So here's what I'm saying to you. It is fourth down. Now, if you didn't, he already when he had a chance to kick that field goal and he punted the football. You know what that means?
Oh, I wouldn't have kicked the field goal there either.
That means you're leaning on your defense, right? You want and the defense came up and made that play, correct?
Yeah.
They got the safety.
Right, yeah.
Now we're in a position where guess what? I'm going to lean on my defense again.
You're
I know,
leaning
but
on your
Gene,
defense either way.
The defense had been smoked the entire second half.
They
won the halftime adjustments.
That's an
Let's make
easy
no
play
mistake about
call.
that.
Watson's got to know immediate pass or he runs or get down.
Get down.
That's his fault.
Here's the thing that I didn't like. I didn't understand the route. That's what I didn't understand.
Yeah, right. I know.
Because Tillman was almost like on a go.
Well, maybe he screwed up. I mean, who knows?
That's the part. I don't care about throwing it there. Throw it there. Get the first down and run out the clock.
Guys,
but it has to be an automatic or else fall down.
The last thing you can do is throw an incomplete pass, which is basically grounding the ball.
But listen, if he misses that pass, you give them a whole minute 30.
As opposed to
that's what happened.
minute. You're going to have time either way if you don't get a first down.
But you're not going to convert.
He missed. That's what we're saying, G. He missed the pass, and they had a minute 30.
Yeah.
If he takes a knee, they've got about 55 seconds.
I am. Thank you. Give them 55 seconds. Because here's the thing.
They damn near got home.
If you give them 55 seconds, when they could have ran the ball, that was third down, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's third down. You could even take the delay of game and try to.
I get what you're saying. I'm not going to kill Stefanski for trying to go for the kill, get the first down, end the game. Watson's got to know when that play snaps, he can't throw it away.
You can't throw that.
And that's my point. So, I don't know if there's a nuclear word that you use in that situation. And I remember the Buccaneers in the season they won the Super Bowl had situations where they were in that exact spot. And after the game, Brad Johnson said, well, we have a specific play call for that situation. I eat the ball and take the sack. That's the best option when it comes to throwing an incompletion or an interception.
Right.
And there was a buzzword that Gruden used. I can't remember what it was. But he told the media that we've got that in our play call line. And basically what it means is, Brad, you are not allowed to throw an incomplete pass. You throw it if you're 100% certain it will be completed. Because anything but a completed pass, the one thing you can't do there is what he did. You can't ground the ball.
Yeah.
But again, I just want to see. I haven't seen the all 20. I want to see the all 22 of where was Tillman
guys
going.
were.
Tillman was on a deep corner route.
And that's what I don't understand.
That doesn't
They're
make
not throwing
sense.
that in that situation.
You need
That's
6.
wild.
No, it's got to be a quick pass.
Jason, real quick. So
Quick.
I was going through the all 22 this morning. It was a one-man route.
Yeah.
And Tillman, when the time DeShaun got hit, is between 19 and 21 yards.
Yeah.
About 20
so
yards.
Deshaun's
off
got to
the
just
line
take a
of
knee
Yeah,
there.
that's a terrible job
That
by
I don't
Stefanski.
understand.
That
Yes,
can't
that's
work.
the wrong route to run in that spot.
Yes.
I have no issue with him throwing the ball.
Yeah.
Throw it to the sticks. Don't throw it. You don't need a score.
If that was the
You need a
actual
first
play
down.
call, it was a bad job by Stefanski. If Tillman maybe ran the wrong route, he had a
And
reputation.
Bull, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Your point is a good one, and I came in ready to just skin Stefanski
Yeah.
for that call. But you're right. In that
quarterback's
situation,
gotta have awareness.
whether there's a buzzword in the play call
Yeah.
to make sure you take a sack in that situation or not,
Yeah.
the quarterback's got to know.
I get what you're
He's
saying,
gotta
G.
know.
You are rolling a quarterback out of the pocket with defensive ends
To his opposite hand.
To his opposite
All he's
hand.
gotta
Which
do is
I
take a
also
knee,
didn't
though.
understand.
To his opposite hand in the rain on third down under duress.
Okay, but Mike, pull up his pass chart again. Pull up the chart that you had earlier of his throws. They went
one
left.
sec.
They went left all day.
Yeah, no, they
Clearly, he's comfortable doing that. Look at that. Everything was left.
That is shocking.
But here's what I'm saying. That's throwing left. Rolling and then trying to come across your body is two completely different
That's true.
things.
We don't. I don't know how many of
So
those.
clearly, the play broke down because he threw it to three
And he's
linemen.
got. But
There
at
was three
that point,
offensive
he's
linemen.
just got to take a knee.
Just fall down.
At the very least, you got to blame both of them for
Was
it.
he asked about that in postgame?
Deshaun, I don't know. Kevin said he was mad at Deshaun for throwing it. He was half joking, but he's kind of not. He's like, he was mad.
All right,
that
but
he
let me
actually
just
threw
say
it.
And he has
something
every
else.
right to be mad.
Let me just say something else, though, which obviously I know there's going to be disagreement here. I actually think Deshaun Watson played way better than you guys do.
Well, he gave him a B.
I give him B.
You're not going to give him
Well,
more than a B.
not G, but I think he played. I agree with him.
I gave him an A for the first drive and a
Yeah.
C plus for the rest of the
I'm
game.
with Jay. I think he's a CC plus game
I think
overall.
he played better than that, especially compared to what we've seen in the first 2
But the
weeks of the
2
NFL
for 14
season.
on third down, Bull, that jumps
But
out.
you
know-
got to understand something. How can you you can't look at the third down in a vacuum when you look at penalties, holding.
No, I get that.
No,
Well,
Ethan
that-
Pope.
that's
there
a
were
big
some
difference.
third and longs, but they
that's
had a lot of
huge
third and
difference.
manageable
What was the
guys.
average yards per depth of those third downs, Mike?
It was single digits.
Because the first week it was really bad.
I had to do that manually.
I tried to look up for
Yeah,
it. And
I
couldn't.
didn't print that. I didn't know.
Now
a play
I'd love
sheet
to
for
see
that.
second and 10 and less. I mean, 3rd and 10 and less.
Give me 2 minutes, Bull. Make
There,
your point. I'll
there
have
are
the numbers for you.
definitely things that Deshaun Watson needs to listen. He's far from looking great, but I thought overall, yes, they have to score more points, and the fact that the offense kind of stalled in the second half almost cost them the game. But I thought in the first half overall, he played A football, not just the first drive for me. I thought the other drives stalled because of other players. I've done a lot of Deshaun Watson blaming.
Yeah,
fairly
the Amari
so
Cooper drop
for the
is
last 2
inexplicable.
years. I think a lot the failure of those drives were mostly on the other players and not on Deshaun Watson.
Right, Bull, I'll give you that. But here's what I see happening, and I want everyone's thoughts on this. I think we are slowly moving to a place where he had a comment after the game. I didn't come here to be the hero. I had to be the hero in Houston. I had no roster.
That blew my mind. That was before the game. It blew
Jason,
my
I was
mind.
stunned. I came here to facilitate. No, you didn't, bro.
We have moved.
Not for $230 million, you didn't.
We have moved the goalpost to midfield.
And that's my point. And I think Bull is starting to move him himself.
No,
Bull saying,
no.
We're lowering the bar
No,
to
we're
where
not.
200 yards passing and 2 for 14 on third down and some bad mental mistakes is suddenly acceptable.
I'm looking. So no,
It'll
listen.
never be acceptable.
And by
to
the
me.
way, we're all saying he played good.
But I'm saying there's nobody moving the goalposts. At the end of the day, it's about did you play well enough to get the win?
Right.
He didn't have any mistakes. Guys dropped the football. The offensive line was atrocious yesterday. Terrible. Horrible. Guys are getting blown by on simple twist and text, getting pressure. There are guys holding. Every time there's a positive play, holding. And we just wash our hands because
No?
we're not glazing over it. I'm on them offensive linemen just the same way I'm on Deshaun Watson when he was throwing that football out
4
of
of the
bounds.
5 starters had holding penalties yesterday. 4 of the 5.
I don't think the offensive line was quite as bad as you're saying. It wasn't great, and the penalties are just
How many sacks did they take?
inexcusable.
2.
Hold on. Think about it. How many sacks did he get out of? Multiple.
A few, but
Yeah,
he
he got a few. He had maybe
they
3
gave
or 4.
him, for the most part, they gave him time to throw.
And listen,
For the most part, you don't think for the most part he had time to throw?
Deshaun holds the ball longer than most quarterbacks.
Listen,
He got rid of the ball
I
quicker
saw
yesterday.
Wyatt Teller get beat on a pass rush on a first down in the last drive. He got beat on that. I saw James Hudson get beat on the inside move and get him smoked on the 3-step. I saw Ethan Poaches have 3 holding penalties. At some point in time, we got to call a spade a spade. Just because they O-linemen does not mean that they're obfuscated.
Oh, no, we're grilling the hell out of them,
No,
too.
we're not.
Yes, we are.
We are.
They were, but, gee, they were awful.
Okay.
Has anybody said they played great?
What I'm saying.
I didn't think they were as bad as you guys think. But
Well,
certainly
they weren't
didn't play
great.
No, of course not.
You cannot. Here's the thing: when you talk about third down, you cannot have 1st and 20. When you get holding, it's 1st and 20.
Yeah.
So how are you going to go get those yards back when you already know there's limitations on the quarterback, there's limitations on the receiver, you're on the road. You got to have better discipline than that. I'm not saying Deshaun Watson played a horrible game, but here's the thing. I can't sit up here and talk about $230 million when I'm watching other people and other teams fight, claw, scratch to get wins. They came, got what they needed to get. He got better, and it's the next week where you continue want to see more things like that. But I'm not going to complain about it because I didn't see any throws where he was clearly missing people. I seen him working and getting out of pressure. I also seen him not turn the football over in a nasty, muddy game. It was good.
Well,
Move
he's
on.
29th out of 32.
I think.
But wait a minute. What's the number? Mike's got the number.
So including the 3rd and 36, which came after the 2 penalties, that
Right.
brought it up to their average depth on 3rd down to 11 yards.
Yeah.
If you take out that 36, it goes to 8.9.
Okay.
So
That's still
That's
third and
still
long.
third and
Man,
10.
You got to get more than 2 of those. Those are the money plays.
Hey, listen,
Those are the
Deshaun
plays that
Watson
keep it-
and the Browns offense have a lot of things to clean up, but I thought it was much improved. Yes, I'm admitting for myself that I've lowered the bar a little bit. Ultimately, he's not played anywhere close to being worthy what they expected from him to this point. But I thought this was a
step forward,
I
for
thought it was
sure.
a significant
It was a step
forward. To me, the biggest thing, yes, I thought there was a mental error on that play that we debated about late in the game. But I thought overall he made quicker decisions. Overall, got rid of the ball quicker. His decision whether to run, I thought was good. Last week, there were a ton of plays where he had guys open and he didn't get rid of the ball. I don't know if that, we'll have to watch the All-22. I don't know if that happened at all yesterday. Maybe
He
one or
missed
two plays.
a few
There was a
receivers
couple.
that were
It
wide
wasn't
open
anything
that were
like
bad
last week.
throws, but
Yeah.
for the most part, it was a step forward.
and a lot of
but
them-
the 29th on the QBR, I didn't see that until
Yeah.
you guys brought it up.
Well,
that's concerning.
Well, do you have the? I sent it to him, and he said it doesn't look great. Do you have it?
yeah, we do. Steve, take 20. It's 21.
So here's the chart.
20.
Here's the chart from all quarterbacks from yesterday. It's completion percentage over expected and EPA per play. He's right in the middle. Like, he's right in the middle. Not great, not terrible. It's right in the middle. So, and his completion percentage was about right around the expected. It was within a point. Yes, they had some drops. Yep, drops are part of the game. The Cooper drop was bad. Yeah, it was. That throw down the sideline on the first drive, though, to Judy easily could have been picked. So you can go either way.
Yeah, but you know what, though? It's funny because I'm not going to kill him on that play. Yes, it could have been picked. But, that's what I want him to do. He needs to take chances sometimes.
Right.
And he threw a bullet down the sideline. Yeah, it could have been picked. It was an amazing play. It was more likely than anything to be an incomplete pass. But while drops are part of the game, yes.
You like the gunslinger aspect to
I
him.
like the gunslinger aspect there because we haven't really seen that from him. And I thought, that one drop by Amari Cooper on 3rd down was huge. I mean, that could have led to a touchdown.
I think
Who knows?
he scores on that play, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
Again,
He was getting pushed out at like the
don't
12
get me
yard line.
wrong. I don't think
God, I thought he was inside
Deshaun
the 10
Watson
at the
wasn't
time.
great. He wasn't Houston Deshaun Watson. But I thought there were a lot of positives from his performance yesterday.
He was right in the middle.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like that on the square line that is acceptable quarterback.
And
play.
that's a step up if you look at that stat. If you look at the 29th out of the 32, well, hell,
Yeah.
there's only been 30 quarterbacks play so far.
No, that's like.
That can't
cumulative
be right.
No, it's cumulative through 2 weeks.
through 2 weeks.
Oh, I thought it was
last week.
That's not
No,
fair.
no, no,
2
no.
weeks because it
Cumulative
said
through 2
week
weeks.
2.
Yeah, he was
No,
so bad.
NFL
week
ranks
one.
through week 2.
I think
Okay.
there's no way
So
that he
that's
was
the
29.
cumulative
No,
29.
Cumulative
yeah.
ranks through
Yeah,
week
because
he
I can't
was-
imagine he would have been 20.
Nah, he
No.
was so awful in week 1 that's why.
His,
It's
uh,
going to drag it down.
His QBR yesterday, I could do this on the fly. He had a 42.4 QBR yesterday,
Yeah, that's still not good.
Yeah, that's still bottom of the barrel.
which in the NFL, if you sort that by week 2 only,
There have been 30 quarterbacks play.
a 16.
Right in the
Okay.
middle.
Dead smack in
But
the
you
middle.
know what?
Right
It's
in the middle.
it's a big step up.
Absolutely.
How do they do QBR? I don't even know.
It's a bull. I've had it explained to me a million times. It's
Yeah.
a complicated formula, and I haven't even memorized it.
Yeah.
But it has a lot to do with completion percentage, touchdowns, interceptions.
Right.
It's all factored in. It's some crazy formula. And
Yeah.
sometimes I think it's pretty accurate. Other times I look at it and I look at the
Yeah.
number after the game and I'm like, wow, that didn't feel like a 74
Right.
or whatever.
I like EPA because it takes in down and distance.
EPA is
It
great.
factors in
Right,
where
right,
you're
right.
at on the field.
Right.
So,
and expected. Doesn't EPA also do expected outcome? Isn't there a
there's a
takes
thousand different
consideration
variations.
of
that,
There's
yeah.
a thousand spinoffs. Of
All in all, though, I do think it's important that we point this out. From where he was in week 1 to where he is now,
massive improvement.
I see, okay, this guy could be serviceable. But after week 1, I was questioning, I don't know if this guy's even going to finish
And
the
I think in
season.
the end, when the season's over, if Deshaun Watson is just serviceable for the whole season, that's better, but it's not good enough.
not what he's paid for.
But I'm not. But we got to take steps.
Right,
At
you're
this
right.
point,
That's why I said-
I've lowered the bar in terms of what I'm expecting right now, not for the remainder
Overall.
of his career.
Okay, good. That's fair.
Look
Yeah.
who they play the next 3 weeks. If he plays
Yeah,
like
he's
that the
gotta-
next 3 weeks, he's going to give him a chance.
They're gonna-
If he
right.
plays like that against the Chiefs, they're not going to win.
Does anybody
That's-
here expect anything other than 4-1?
I think that's impossible to
Hey,
expect
hey,
that.
no,
Okay,
no,
that's fair.
I would,
uh-uh.
I would
That's
say
fair.
if you come out of that 3-2, I'm happy.
Hey,
Wow,
let
okay.
me tell you something.
I know the Giants played better. The Raiders played
Let
better.
me see. Hey,
They're all 3-1
The Raiders
yesterday.
beat the Ravens.
They're all 3-1.
they went
No,
to
the
the,
Commanders
the Commanders
beat
beat
the
Oh,
Giants.
yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right.
The
Yeah, go
Raiders
ahead.
went to Baltimore.
Yep.
And got. Hey, I don't. I'm not counting none of these wins. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm watching the NFL. We should learn by now.
Do you think you'll predict them to win all 3?
No, I'm gonna wait and see.
Because I think you will pick them to win all 3.
I'll be very surprised if they lose to the Giants. The other two, I mean, they're road games.
Yeah,
against,
can we give away
Yeah.
Friday's headlines? We're picking them to beat the
Yeah,
Giants.
yeah.
I think they could have lost yesterday, and I would have picked them to beat the Giants.
yeah, yeah.
All right.